All right, guys. So there I have problems. I really do. Um but yeah, so we're going to do a rant about an album that I listened to for the past week. We're talking about Plastic Hearts, Miley Cyrus. Weird, right? I actually got recommended to listen to the album about when it first came out. Somebody asked me, hey, Miley Cyrus has a new album and that you should really listen to because you mentioned liking rock before and this is kind of like a rock album. So I was like, okay, it's been a while since I've actually listened to a rock album in its entirety. And I was like, okay, if she's doing this again, then why not? And a lot of people this doesn't really, I don't really care too much about this because it's not Miley. What do you mean? Do you guys not remember that we were introduced to Miley Cyrus as Hannah Montana singing rock songs? And then even when she was Miley Cyrus, actually performing songs as Miley Cyrus, we got songs like Seven Things and Party in the USA and other ones as well. Those all have rock influence. Those all have like rock tones and themes in them. So I don't know what you guys mean by this is not like Miley Cyrus. Are you talking about the bangers era of Miley Cyrus? The one that I honestly didn't really even want to happen. I was used to Miley singing songs like the ones in Plastic Hearts. And she even went a step further because, first of all, her voice is a lot more mature than it was then. And also it fits her voice a lot more. Bangers was it was pretty good, but this right here, no comparing. I'm sorry, you can't compare it. When I started this album, I didn't think that I was going to love it this much. I've had it on repeat for the last 3 days because I started listening to it at the beginning of the week. I literally started listening to it at the beginning of the week. It was Sunday or something. And I put it down for a day. I was doing whatever, and I was going to work and stuff. So, but then I would start listening to it again every time I got into my car, going to work, going back home, going, wherever I was going, I would just listen to the album from start to finish. Or at least as far as I could get before I reached my destination. Well, this album is good. The album opens up with I'm trying not to curse, but what the fuck do I know? Perfect way to start the album. First of all, that song is, it's kind of reintroducing us to who we thought Miley Cyrus was. And then she's telling us, no. This is who you may have thought I was, but this is who I really am. Okay? And also, it's kind of accepting who she is. That's the thing about it. This entire album is self-aware. Is a self-aware album. Songs, what the fuck do I know? She's literally telling you okay, I mean, what do I know? I'm just the person that I am, and I'm sorry that you feel the way that you do about the way that I am, but I'm going to be me regardless, period. I'm gonna be me, whoever I want to be, regardless of what you say, regardless of how you think. I'm going to be who I am. And then we have Plastic Hearts. When it goes into that, I already kind of knew where it was going. And when the title track, I wanted to talk about the title track first, but I'm going track by track. But when it comes to Plastic Hearts, and of course the name of the album is also Plastic Hearts, I tried to make sure that I was applying this song to every song that it came afterwards, just to be sure that I could grasp what the theme was supposed to be. Maybe my interpretation isn't what it is, but but this is literally the story of Miley's life since she, came into her newfound fame. From the beginning all the way up until now. And I feel this song is literally kind of literally she opens up the hook, what I've been California dreaming. And to me, yeah, she was a small town girl from Tennessee. She got her big break. You know, her father obviously was like a country singer or whatever, but like she didn't grow up in the limelight. Like she grew up in the limelight, but like her beginnings were not in the limelight. She only got there as a teenager. And then all of a sudden she's thrust into the world of Hollywood. And she's living in California, and she's living like the celebrities do, and she's getting caught up in all their mess, and she's getting caught up in the lifestyle of a Hollywood celebrity. And it kind of just changed the way, like it really did change the way that she was probably accustomed to living beforehand. It was a culture shock. It was a culture shock, and that can be like that for anybody who finds fame. All of a sudden, they're thrust into this world that they have no idea about, and it's crazy. Like it's crazy. And you're just doing the best things that you can to, and then everybody around you is fake. And I feel like this plastic heart thing comes in because everybody around you is like fake. You don't know who to trust. You don't know who you can call a friend. You don't know. And literally the only thing that you are able to do is like find your way back to where you call home so that you can feel like yourself again. I feel like that's what this song was kind of giving us. Okay. Self-aware, yet again. She knows what her life has become. She knows where she has been and where she's going and where she is now. She is aware of all of that. It's like she has stepped away from, it's like her spirit has stepped away from her body, and she's kind of having an out-of-body experience and kind of watching her life through a TV screen and looking over the past events that have occurred. This is literally what this album is doing. It's giving us a look into what her life has been like in her relationships, in her just everyday life, in everything that she does. That is why this album is actually good. Not necessarily because of the musical production, which is amazing, actually. The instrumentation. First of all, the instrumentation on the first song is great, but the rest of the album is also really good. And it rides that fine line of like pop and rock, and even a little bit of like undertones of country in there too, because of her voice, but also because of the swing and the guitars and stuff. We're getting that nice mixture, like we came to really like her for. Honestly, that's what I liked her for. And the vocals, her voice has matured drastically since way back when. And it's been a while since I've actually listened to a Miley album. Like, I haven't listened to a Miley album since like probably the first album. I have not listened to her like that. Like, I listened to bangers, but it wasn't like, I wasn't listening to that as much as this. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really getting the full extent of what she could do vocally. But this right here, and the thing is like, I'm gonna keep on going, but like, I have to say this while it's on my mind. The thing is that I was like listening to the first part of this album. I was like, who is she giving me? Like, I feel like there's definitely somebody who definitely influenced this album, but I can't put it was on the tip of my tongue. And then I thought, I was like, it was like, what is it? I was like, it sounds like Stevie Nicks. And then we have the end of the album, but we'll get there. So I say it rides the fine line of like pop and rock. And when we get to songs like Angels Like You and Prisoner and Give Me What I Want, Nightcrawling too, but definitely Angels Like You, Prisoner, and Give Me What I Want, those songs are on that fine line. Especially because in Prisoner you have Dua Lipa as a feature. And one of the smartest things that I feel like Miley could have ever done was hop on a song with Dua Lipa, because Dua Lipa is literally running pop music right now. Period. I don't want to hear anything from anybody else. I don't want to hear anything from anybody. Dua Lipa is running pop music right now. And y'all can be mad about it. You can be mad at me for saying that, but the album is amazing. The songs are great. The looks, the visuals are great. And the performances have been good too. Dua Lipa is literally killing it. So of course, your one like pop song that you have on there, of course, add the pop girl that's killing the game right now. Come on. One thing that Miley is not, she's a lot of things. The one thing Miley is not is stupid. She's not dumb. She knows exactly what to do. Okay? And it was a good song. Prisoner was a good song. I like Angels Like You. Another song on the album that's very self-aware. It's like, you know that you are not perfect at all, and you know that like there's a person in your life that you see as being perfect or seeing like an angel, and then the main line is angels like you can't fly down here with me. Literally self-aware. She knows that there's like people out there around her, people in her circle maybe, or somebody that she's dated that was literally probably perfect for her, but she just knew that she wasn't really ready. Maybe she just wasn't ready to actually be in that relationship or be around that person in the way that they probably wanted her to be, and so she let them go. We don't know exactly what it is. This is just, again, my interpretation of it. Give Me What I Want is fun to listen to. Listen, give me what I want, I give it to myself. Listen, I like that. I like that. She's demanding. Self-aware. She knows how she is as a person. She knows how she is as a person. And she can do it all by herself if she wants to. So it's either you do what she wants you to do, or she's going to do it herself. She's not looking for you. Like she's not looking for you. She's not going to chase after you. The next couple of songs, I was just like, okay, I like them. Hate Me was definitely a song that I really latched onto. And it's actually kind of sad, but at the same time, it's like one of those songs like, like you were loved in the world when people show up for you when you pass. But then at the same time, it's like, I hope that you don't hate me for being this way. I hope that, the way that I've been to you, I hope you'll still show up for me. You know what I mean? There's people in your life that you maybe have done wrong, or maybe that have not, that you maybe lost contact with or whatever. Like, and maybe there's things that you guys disagreed on, but hopefully when you're gone from here and they're still around, they look at you and they actually, celebrate your life and the person that you were, regardless. I feel like that's where that song was going. I like listening to it though. Her vocals were very strong on that one, and she definitely served it up. I was like, okay, the belting was on point. Okay, the belting was there. I was like, okay, come on, Miley, bring it on in, because we were waiting for that too. We was waiting for that, because High was like that, and so was Hate Me. I'm just saying, all those. Get into Bad Karma was a bop. Her collaborations, first of all, with these legends, I was like, okay, these rock and roll legends, Billy Idol, Joan Jett, and it definitely Stevie Nicks. First of all, Midnight Sky, I was already liking Midnight Sky when it came out. I was like, okay, la 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 la. I was like, okay, yes, we're getting that. But then when I saw at the end and it was like Edge of Midnight and it said Midnight Sky Remix and it said featuring Stevie Nicks, I had to skip. I cheated a little bit. When I first listened to this album, I cheated a little bit because I skipped it. Because it was like right around when I got around to High, and it was like right after I listened to Hate Me, I looked down and I saw Edge of Midnight and I'm like, there's no way. And it said featuring Stevie Nicks and it said Edge of Midnight and I'm like, there's no way.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
No, there's no way she mixed Midnight Sky with Edge of 17, because I was already thinking about that. You see, we're on the same wavelength. What's going on? There's no way. I said like, there's no way that she thought about doing that before. Come on, there's no way. There is no way. I was wrong. There was a way. There were multiple ways, and she went every single way. And she went and did that, and she got together with Stevie Nicks, who was actually, like I said, she was kind of like an influence for this album. A lot of the inspiration for this album, I think, came from listening to a lot of Stevie Nicks music, because even her vocals were serving us Stevie Nicks, the grit. Okay, the high belts, the slight like growl, the slight growl in her voice. Oh yes, she was definitely serving Stevie Nicks. And then this song. And then the song came on. And then I skipped to that song because I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to listen to the rest of this album until I hear this mashup. I'm not going to do it. And so I did. And so I listened to Edge of Midnight. And then I got my entire life. The two of them together, I need to see it live. I need to see it live. There is no reason why. There's no reason why. And Heart of Glass came right after that. And the two live like sessions that came after that, we already know that Miley serves as live vocals like nobody's business. We already know that. We already know that she actually does very, very good live because like her voice just supports well. Like she supports well when she's live. But also her range has gotten wider. Like she actually holds those lower tones very well. And I just, come on. But back to Edge of Midnight, because it sounded so beautiful. Like it was just, that's just the word that to describe it. It's just amazing and beautiful and just on point. Just on point. I was singing along the whole time. And it's crazy because I wanted that. I actually kind of wanted that like a year ago. I wanted that like about 2 years ago. Actually, I wanted that because as I started listening more and more like to Miley and stuff, and then I got into Stevie Nicks a little bit more. And I was like, you know what? I was like, she would sound really good singing with Miley Cyrus. It was just random, but I was like, yeah, she would sound really good singing with Miley. And look what happened. You gonna tell me we're not on the same wavelength? I'm just saying we're on the same wavelength. Plastic Hearts, as a whole, the album, Plastic Hearts gives you self-awareness and acceptance. You know the person that you are. You know what, the things that you've been through have shaped you into the person that you are. And you're not apologizing for it. You're not apologizing. The only thing that you're doing is moving forward. And everybody who is in your life that understands you. And the ones that don't, it's not your problem. That is it. That's all I really have to say. That's literally all. Listen to the album. Because the thing is that I could have gone into a lot more detail, but I want you to listen to the album yourself so that you can get the experience. Like, you may have an entirely different experience with this album than I do, but just know that the experience that you have is going to, it's gonna affect you a little bit. It's gonna change the way that you look at yourself and your life. Because it definitely did that for me. Like I had to stand back and like, I mean, I'm not perfect, and I may not be like, the best person to be in like a relationship with or even be a friend to, but I am who I am, and I am not really interested in changing that because it's why I have lived the life that I've lived, and I can't go back and change anything. So why try to change it now? Like, do you see what I mean? Like, that's what this album gave to me. Plastic Hearts, I think it may just be, obviously it's a metaphor, but at the same time it's like, don't let your heart become plastic. Don't try to change yourself for anyone or anything. Be 100% you. That's what this album kind of gave to me. She's telling you that she had to go through all of that, almost change the person that she was in order to fit into the mold that Hollywood and Disney and that everybody around her tried to get her to fit in. Like, she was literally changing herself. She decided to take it another way. She decided to become the person that she wanted to be and fuck everybody else. That's what I got from this album. Like, everybody who doesn't give a like, who doesn't want you to be who you are, who wants you to fit into their idea of you, or who they think that you're supposed to be. That's what I think it was like, shoving a huge middle finger right in their faces. That's what I feel like this album was doing, while also still being sweet enough and self-aware enough to know, I am not perfect. I am this person, and I've probably hurt people around me. Most likely I have hurt people around me. But again, all I can do is apologize for those actions, but I'm not going to apologize for the person that I am. And that's all I really have to say about this. The album was good. The album is good. You need to listen to it. You need to listen to it, because Miley definitely served us exactly what I have wanted her to serve us for years. That's all. That's all. Anyway, yeah, I hope everybody has a great day. Okay, make sure you're following my social media if you want to see more videos like this one, some reactions I have up on the channel already. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing album reviews kind of like this now, instead of doing the whole like long ass drawn out like reaction to the whole album and then doing a review later, because I took out the time to actually listen to each song and grasp exactly what I wanted from them so that I could form an entire opinion, and I kept it moderately short. And then I'm also able to tell you a little bit about what I think of the artist too. I think that it saved on time, and also yeah, the amount of time that I have to sit in front of this camera, because honestly I don't like doing this whole like 45-minute thing where I listen to the whole album and tell you about each song by song. You notice I didn't even really mention Zombie and stuff, because like it didn't really fall into the here we go. I'm just gonna talk over it because I'm trying to wrap this up. It doesn't really fall into the scope of what I wanted to talk about in this video, so I didn't mention it. And same thing with Golden G-String. I didn't mention it because it doesn't really fit into the scope. It doesn't. And also, I want you guys to listen to it for yourself so you can choose the songs that you really want. My favorite songs, and I did favorite the songs that I really liked on here, and they have little hearts. What the fuck do I know? Angels Like You, Prisoner, Give Me What I Want, and of course, Edge of Midnight. I also flagged Hate Me too, because I really like that one, but if I had to choose like a top 3, it would be Edge of Midnight, Give Me What I Want, and Hate Me. Definitely those 3. But anyway, like I said, I hope everybody has a great day. Please stay safe and take care. Bye.